All right, everybody, we're going to start up on our feet. Welcome. All right, so once we're up, you can have your feet a little wider than your hips if you like. Let the arms relax down along your side. Get a nice stable connection to the ground. And we're just going to start with some very simple movements for the shoulders. You're going to roll them forward, upward, backward, downward. Forward, upward, backward, downward. Oh, goodness, that feels nice. And you can just find a speed that feels good to you. You can add a little bit of flexion and extension through your spine, or not. And then let's go the opposite direction. So you go back, up, forward and downward. Back, up, forward and downward. Back, up, forward and downward. Last couple. All right. Next on the menu, feet can stay nice and wide, hip width or even wider. Going to reach the arms slightly, well, all the way forward, but at shoulder height, and turn the dials. Just a few more. Now from here, we're going to spread the fingers, let the palms face each other, keep a stable base, and alternate which arm goes on top. If you want to open it up more backward, that's fine. If you want to keep it tighter and exclusive to the front of your body, that's fine too. Last couple. Goodness. Okay, so now from here, everybody, I'll spin around the other direction. We're going to do a few roll downs. So you can either do this, well, really three ways. Hands supporting your thighs the whole time, arms just relaxed along your side, or you could reach the arms up and over your head. Perhaps let's try one of each, but you can skip ahead if you want to. So, first roll down. I've got my hands on my thighs, on my knees, on the shins, on the ankles, and any amount beyond the earth that feels good. And then to put that in reverse, you just traverse upward instead of flexing downward. Oh, yeah, that feels good. All right, so next one, number 2, Just let the arms relax along your side. Starts with the head, continues through the shoulders, continues through your upper and middle and lower back. When you're at the bottom, you can really pause there and let the head release. And then with the free arms, slowly uncurl your way up. Okay. So that was mild, medium, and this last one a little spicier. So you can choose to go back to hands on thighs, free arms, or you can let the arms go up and over, kind of like you're slithering up one side of a wall and down the other side. Last one. Roll down. Oh my goodness, that feels nice. All right, crew. Once we've done maybe one of each, or you just found your favorite one, let's come back to center. Just one more little movement from here. We're going to swing the arms. Just 20 or 30 times. 20 or 30 seconds worth. Tried to stake out the lagoon spot today, everybody, but it was way too crowded over there, so I had to sneak onto the golf course for today's session. I hope I don't get busted. All right. Twist. So you can let those relaxed arms flow with your hips and flow with your torso. Last few. Okay. So you come back to center. We're just going to alternate doing some leg lifts, knee lifts, hip flexion. March in place. Now, depending on your sort of capacity for this sort of thing and just your mood and how you want to play it, you can add arms. You can add a skip. You can go at jogging pace. You could go at running pace, or you could sprint. Last few. Okay, next. I've got a wide mat, so this makes it a little more challenging. But I'm going to use the mat as it's kind of a hurdle. Step across. Straddle. Step across. Now, if you want to use your mat, you can just step in. But I kind of like to step across. I've got to go up and over, gather on the new side. Up and over, gather on the new side. Here you can add arms. or not. About 10 more. Last few. Stepping over that mat keeps you honest. Okay. Oh, goodness, back to center. All right, everybody. Let's bring the hands to the heart. Just follow about 10 deliberate breaths. And once you're ready, everybody, once you're centered, once your breath is full, let's inhale, reach up the arms. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Inhale, come about halfway up. So we've got that flattish back shape. And exhale back down. From Uttanasana, the forward bend, we're going to walk the hands forward a little bit. So you're kind of like halfway between dog pose and a classic forward bend. We're going to take this right hand and flip it, palm up. Stretch the wrist, stretch the forearm. We're going to switch. New hand comes in near the foot. A little pressure into it. Good. Let's go back to, or let's establish like a nice full-length dog pose here. Now, from our dog pose, everybody, we're going to lift up the right leg and just take it in little circles. And little circles the opposite direction. And then let's switch legs. So we've got a dog pose just to set. And now we've lifted the new side, left leg. Circle. And lastly, circle that opposite direction. Let's come back to a four-limbed dog pose. We're almost done with this one. We're going to take that right leg behind us one more time and bend the knee and take one big step forward. So we're in a lunge. Now once you're up in this lunge, and you guys all take your time getting up there, you can rock it. Backward, forward. Backward, forward. Backward, forward. Oh, goodness, that feels nice. All right. Then, back to dog. Send that left leg up and back. Bend the knee. Take one big step forward. Modify if you need to. Then pull back. So you're lifting up your tail. Push down. So you're in the low part of the lunge. Pull, push, pull, push. 2 more. Last one. All right. Next, forearm plank. Forearm plank. Just settle in for a little while. So see if you can come back to some pretty full, deep breaths here. Hold for as long as you're able. Now, if you want to mix it up a little bit, you can alternate between forearm and typical plank. Forearms, plank. Forearms, plank. And you can even alternate which arm goes down first, which arm comes up first. All right. We're going to come down to rest on the belly. The rest is short. So from prone, from belly down, we're going to take the hands along the ribs, squeeze the legs together at the inner edge of your ankles, inside of the knees, and then lift into a little Shalambhasana, the locust pose, grasshopper. So the way I always measure this guy is that you can stay up even without the hands. And then let's come down. Two more. Legs together, hands along the ribs. Engage your core a little. Not locked down, but it's also not completely softened. And lift up the top. Keep the back of the neck long. Shoulders moving slightly away from the ears. Now see if you can sustain this height and take the arms to 9 and 3. And we're going to shift the hands right next to the ribs and come to all fours. It's so warm right here. So from all fours, we're going to tuck toes, come up to dog again. You do one more little lunge sequence, everybody. Heat it up a little bit. Right leg up and back. Step it forward. This time, come all the way up. So here we've got front leg in classic lunge, back leg in full extension, hands at your waist, hands at your head, arms crossed, you can decide. And I'm going to actually pitch forward a little bit. And then we'll do a more active version here. Back leg, take that same arm, run it along your ear. And then in one big motion, step to that marching move from the beginning of our session. So lunge, march, lunge, march, lunge, march. Just like a big exaggerated step. You could even add a kick. Last one. To transition. Plank pose. Half of a push-up. Some back bend that uses your arms for support. Dog pose. Step the left foot forward, new foot. We're up to the full lunge. Here's where we've got options. Arms down to start, hands back to start, arms forward to start. And once we get it cranked up, essentially we're adding the march action to the lunge action. Maybe a straight leg move, maybe not. Last one. As you come back to plank, come down and rest on the belly. This time we're going to take the feet as wide as the mat. Feet as wide as the mat. You're going to take the hands back to the tail and push down towards your feet and then lift up with the back of the neck long. When you're ready, everybody, from there, release that. Flip onto your backside. Once you're on your backside, you're going to straighten the left leg. Keep the right leg bent. Reach the right arm up. You can do this in phases or just right to the full classic Turkish get up. So you lift your head and your shoulders and your trunk. You lift your hips. You come to a lunge. And then we stand up. Keep the right leg bent. Reach the right arm up. So you lift your head and your shoulders and your trunk. You lift your hips. You can do this in phases or just right to the full classic Turkish get up. You come to a lunge. And then we stand up. Let's try that again. New side will be left leg bent, left arm up in that triumphant fist. I lift my head, shoulders, trunk, then add hips, back to a lunge, up to standing. One more go. We didn't put it in reverse, but we can do that next session. Whatever leg is bent, that arm is lifted. Up you rise. Up come the hips. Back goes the leg. Tuck toes. Charge up to standing. Last one. Lifted arm. Bent knee. Matching sides. Up. Purvottanasana. It's upside down plank. low lunge, knee on the ground. Step up. All right. Turkish get up. It's such a great exercise. So what we're going to do is transition down into a low squat, like malasana. Now, from this squatting position, just make your way down to a seat. Straddle the feet out in front, post up on the arms behind, and then rock the hips side to side. Oh gosh, that feels good. As you're ready, everybody make your way back to center. Extend two legs straight out in front. I'm just going to do one little forward bend and come down to rest. I'm going to walk the hands forward. Maybe you get to the shins. Maybe you get to the ankles. Maybe you can touch your toes. Maybe the hands drape over the toes. It's not a contest between you and anybody else. It's all for just your own development. But sometimes it's kind of nice to track these things once in a while and just take inventory of where you are in these movements. This is called Paschimottanasana. So, to be etymologically sound, I should really be facing the opposite direction. There's the rising sun off in the west. It's looking right at me. But a lot of yogis practiced back in the day facing east as the sun was rising. Therefore, their back would have been facing west, and that's why this is called the stretch of the west. All right, now let's come on up from there. Whew. And we're going to make our way into a little resting pose. So you can come down onto your back. And once you're down on your back, let your arms relax out. Find a way to modulate and center your head, letting your neck relax. Take full advantage of this opportunity to let your face relax everywhere. Forehead, eyes, the bridge of the nose, your jaw, your tongue. And just let all the sounds pass over you. Sounds that make their way from Long Beach to wherever you are. Ambient noises where you are. Just take it all in. As you take in all the sounds, also notice just the pleasant sensation of breathing. And as always, take your time coming up and back into a comfortable seat. And you're on your own if you're in your house. Obviously, you don't have to go anywhere if you don't want to. And you can just continue on into your corpse for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, we'll come to a comfortable seat. Reconnect the hands to the heart. And just in these waning moments here, reconnect to your breath. And see if you can cover your breath with your awareness. Thank you all for joining me live from Long Beach here, or maybe you catch the replay on YouTube. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming. Namaste.